sitting down tripping. I still lean on my mom jealous. I'm from where they tip slow, and you know they gon' be jealous. Nobody need to guess me, dog. I'm quite sure you can smell it. I'm Dre the Drifter.
Hey, what's going on? This is your boy Kadeem, and you are tuned into the His, Hers, and the Truth podcast. Check out my guy's new single tribute to Screw featuring yours truly.
A sight to see just like his new split screens day after Valentine's. I came from 215s, never revealing the plans on them. Hot, let me get a fan on them. All supply, no demand on them. Never curse, but go ham on them.
Hey, what up? This Steph G.
And this is Nika T.
And this is
His, Hers, and the Truth
podcast. What's up, man?
Not shit.
Yeah, you gotta take a deep breath on that one. That's bullshit already. You starting off with bullshit.
Shit. Whatever, man.
It's been a while. We haven't did a pod this month, have we?
We have not done a pod for the month of March, to my knowledge. That's on me though.
Nah, it's not. We're not gonna place no blame on nothing like that, man. You know,
I mean,
we still humans. We got life.
we are. You know,
we got shit to do.
life happens, things happen, and you know, you move on from it.
Yeah.
Work through it, move on, keep it pushing.
Well, so
We here today.
Yeah, we are here today. After the shit we've been seeing lately.
We here today.
Just happy to be here today. That's one thing I think about every time something happens to somebody. It's like, and lately it's been like older people who are either in retirement age or retired. It's like, damn, you don't live long after you announce a lot of people have not lived long after announcing their retirement.
When you slow down, that's when it just seems like life
stops completely, literally. And that's the fucked up part. It's kind of like, you know, you work, you spend all your time working, and then when you really take time for yourself, it's like, it's over with. It's done.
Yeah.
You can't enjoy nothing no more.
You gotta enjoy the time that you do have. Carpe diem.
What that mean? I never understood what that mean.
Seize the day.
So what is it? Per diem?
Per diem per day.
Per day. So carpe means stop or seize.
Seize the day.
Huh.
Not stop the day.
What if you
not cease? Seize the day. Take on the day. Make the best of it.
Oh, okay.
You utilize it.
Okay.
Seize the day.
I learn something new every day.
Behold it. Have it. Do something with it.
I knew what Vini Vici meant.
That was the original YOLO.
It was?
Seize the day.
Damn.
Live in the moment. You only live once.
I never knew that. Nah, but yeah, I mean that's true, man. You gotta take on each day. I think with a better attitude per se.
Yeah.
You know, try to do as best as you can in that day, and try to do as much as you can throughout the day.
Yeah, I feel like that's the one thing that I tried my best to take advantage of when I decided to leave my job. Mm-hmm. It was like I wanted to make sure that even though I wasn't working, my days were still being utilized for something. Right. Now, every day, I ain't necessarily saying I'm out here just like raking in the cash or whatever like that, but I have the opportunities now to where I get to enjoy my time, enjoy my life. I get to have different experiences. I get to go do different things with job, my bonus kids, like all of that. So you gotta, man, and even if you got a job, take your PTO. Them motherfuckers is like, shit, take your PTO. Your mental health and your rest, relaxation, and enjoyment of life cannot wait because you sitting here building somebody else's empire.
Man, listen,
use that time.
One of my jobs told me that I only get 5 days of vacation. They told me that, and I was like, bro, what
5 days?
What am I gonna do with 5 days?
Like, bro, I need times for incidentals. I need mental health days. I need days for when I'm on my cycle. I need days for like just because I don't feel like dealing with this shit. Like,
Like overall, jobs need to implement mental health days. I know some jobs have started putting that in policies now, but even jobs, the not the Fortune 500 corporate America jobs, but even those smaller jobs, especially like construction workers or fast food workers,
right.
of course nurses and stuff like that. Cause I've seen some nurses when I was in my facilities that I worked in. Those nurses were tired.
Yeah.
And not to mention the people who are actually dealing with the kids hands on
Yeah.
or the patients hands on be, tired as well.
And I'm starting to see like a lot more people on social media talk about burnout.
Hmm.
And I've experienced burnout. Like, I know what that feel like.
Yeah.
And I don't recommend anybody getting to that point. Like, you should not have to kill yourself in order to have a decent enough life. You know what I'm saying? Granted, things have been put in place for us as African Americans to where we got to try a little bit harder than others in order to get where we need to be. But at the same time, I know that I'm going to get to my finish line eventually. I'm not about to kill myself trying to get there though.
Right.
Like, it's just because I value my life. I value the importance of what my life is to other people's life. If I'm not doing well and I'm sick and laid up in the bed somewhere, Ja ain't doing well because, I mean, I'm the main person she want to be around, be up under. I got a man that, I'm still concerned about. Granted, he does take care of me if I'm in a situation of, being out of commission, being sick or anything like that. But as a woman, I know for me, I don't stop worrying. As a woman that has a home and a family to maintain, even if I'm sick, I still don't stop worrying. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I think for a lot of people, especially women, we get to a place where we're just like, oh, well, I got to keep going. I got to keep going. I got to keep going. I'm going to do it for my kids no matter what. If we have a significant other, we go hard for that significant other. And it's like, we'll keep pushing ourselves and we'll put ourselves on the back burner and put ourselves last all the way up until we done worked ourselves to the point where we see. And we just shouldn't get to that point. It's not healthy.
Right. And even with that being said, it's kind of like you trying to balance in your mind. All right, I know you try to tell yourself I can at least take a day off.
Right.
And really you might need more than just a day because you spend your first day either resting and then you got stuff at home to do.
Stuff at home
or
to do.
you do the stuff at home
Like,
and then you really don't get the
for
rest.
the people for the people that be like, oh yeah, I got a Monday through Friday job, like that for a lot of people is like the golden opportunity, Monday through Friday. And if you can get some of the best hours Monday through Friday, that's
Like
even
that 7 to
better.
3?
But that 7 to 3 is lit. But what people often don't realize is Saturday and Sunday really ain't no time to rest, because on the weekends you gotta do anything that you weren't able to get done during the week.
Mm-hmm.
You got to make sure that, if you got family events that's going on, family time, different things like that, like there's really no stop. Like for my house though, like we'll have days, even Ja gets days where she just like, I can't do it today. And I have to respect it.
Mm-hmm.
And I be like, all right, well, we at the house today.
And that's crazy because I don't think, and I can only speak from my own experiences, when I would try to tell my dad that, he'd be like, you young. And it ain't about you being young, it's about you being able to recoup.
Right. At whatever age you are, you still going through whatever it is you go through at that time period. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's just like, even with kids, if they tired, like she goes to daycare 5 days out of the week.
Right.
Most weeks. 5 days out of the week. And then, when she's at daycare, there's learning things. She's dealing with different people, different personalities, different energies, different vibrations. And even with that, I know my kid, like, she can get attached to people, and she opens her heart up so easily to people. So with her opening her heart up, whenever she tell me, Mama, I just can't, I can't do it today. And she'll literally tell me, I can't do it today. I'm going to have to let her stay where she at, because usually I know that she's probably had either people overload, or she's either at a place in daycare where she's now gotten to where whatever is being taught, she's grasped it. So now she gets like bored, and she have her moments where she get in trouble now from being bored while the other kids trying to learn.
Yeah.
So now we just be like, bro, we got to find something else for you to do.
And you know what? My daughter been saying that lately. I'm bored. I'm like,
get him something to challenge him.
What are you bored of, though, man? But I think a lot of her boredness, she'll say that because she wants to go outside and play with the other kids and stuff. And so, even when we do try to do stuff with her, as far as like education wise, she'll do it. She'll do it quick, and then it's like I really don't want to do it no more.
Yeah.
Like, I've proven to you that I can do this.
I
don't want to do it no more.
I don't want to do it anymore. Yeah. That's why, like, with job, we just get to a place where, for her, everything has to be a game. Because, for whatever reason, my kid don't really take too much seriously. So, everything has to be a game, even learning. So, I got to, you got to spice it up from time to time, make it interesting. I find different ways to kind of make her do the same thing over and over, because I know repetition is the way to really learn things. You know what I'm saying? And kids, they'll be like, nah, I don't want to do that no more. I'm done. Like yesterday, John was like, I give up. I give up. I give up. I quit. I was like, bro, you not giving up. What do you mean?
Kids is funny, man. Kids is funny. Speaking of kids, you heard about what Kirk Franklin said to his son?
Hey, bro. Listen. Listen.
You know what? I could kind of see that in like your future.
What?
If I think you would say stuff like that in a casual conversation.
You know what? I would, but see, this is my point of view on this whole Kirk Franklin situation. After I say my piece, I'm gonna leave it at that. And y'all can argue with whoever the hell y'all want to argue with, but I'm not gonna argue back and forth with you on my point of view. First off, that's his child. I know a lot of people say that your kids don't belong to you. They got to grow up and be their own individual people. And then there's a lot of people that's like, a lot of people that's our age. Well, I don't care if you are my elder. If you disrespect me, I'm going to disrespect you. Right. So if you hold that viewpoint, why is it in this situation when this 33-year-old man has not only provoked his father, said things to his father, and then got it to the point where his daddy now is responding to his original actions. Mm-hmm. This is not this is not just coming from just what Kirk Franklin said himself. I've seen statements from his daughter. I've seen like there's other people saying that no, the situation ain't the way that the son portrayed it to be. So my point of view is this man was having a conversation with another grown ass man, and if I was on the phone with another grown ass man, child or not, my child or not, if I was on the phone with another individual and they got me to the point where I had to get real gutter with you, my nigga, that's just what it is. I'll break your fucking neck. Period. Bitch ass nigga. Period.
First of all, shout out to everybody who did the little remixes for the Kirk Franklin phone call. Like when they did the memes for Kirk Franklin.
Yo, Plies had me going, bro.
Plies said, I gotta get my dog on the album now. Because he talking like me.
He talking about, so that wasn't my dog, that was me. I take full responsibility, bro. Come on.
And you know what's funny? Whatever that little Megan, whatever, an Oprah thing, that was the meme of the month. Kirk came in and took that shit over. He said, nope.
No, hell no.
Somebody hold my glasses right quick. But no, I mean, yeah. First of all, I don't know what the conversation was prior to us hearing, the clip. First of all, the son was a bitch ass nigga because he didn't
You
put
don't
the whole
post that
thing.
shit.
If you gonna
If
post
you gonna post it, post everything,
yeah,
bro.
post the whole thing.
But at the same time, my thing is you don't. I get people be like, you supposed to, if family in the wrong, then you put family in their place and you let them know, you hold them accountable. But at the same damn time, you don't put family business, especially if there was a private phone call. You don't put family business out there on social media. You handle that. You want a motherfucker to treat you like an adult. You act like an adult. An adult sit down and have a conversation without you getting overly emotional, because motherfuckers is gonna have their opinions, and that's just that, a fucking opinion. If it's not fact, it's not fact. Brush that shit off and keep it pushing.
I kind of wish y'all took that advice like last week when I made the whole post. I'm not even gonna get on that part.
Listen,
Cause I got unfriended for that by some people.
man, fuck them.
No, don't get me wrong, fuck them. But it's like
Shit.
if I can't say something and we have a disagreement about it.
I think because this is the problem with a lot of social media. One of the problems is because social media is not necessarily like, had you gotten on there and put up a video, it probably would have been received a little differently than seeing it reading it in text, because text does not have a specific tone. So it's all about how somebody interprets it when they read it. And from the interpretation, it can look judgmental. From the interpretation, understood that the intent was not the way that it came across. Me and you had a sidebar conversation on that after we discussed it. My only thing, I didn't necessarily disagree with you. However, I did not feel like that was necessarily a statement to be made based on how it could have been perceived. But we gonna move on from that.
Right. Cause at the end of the day, it was a fact.
You still got unfriended for that? Like, motherfuckers is too sensitive nowadays.
First of all, I was unfriended. People said,
"Did you get death threats?"
No.
They call you a bitch ass nigga.
Yeah. No, for real. One chick said, "I hate bitch ass niggas like this," and I was like, "Bro, y'all take it so offensive. Y'all probably did this."
I get that frustration. Let me say it like this: single mothers that
receive no help. Okay.
I get their frustration. Anybody else, just shut the fuck up. Like, that was not the post for you. Like, you have to learn when a post is for you and when a post is not for you. When something is said, if that ain't your life story, shut the fuck up. I get fighting for other people, but other people can fight for their damn selves. Like, it ain't that serious to go and unfriend somebody.
Man, it don't be that serious. Even if you upset and you call yourself able to talk to me, why don't you be an adult and have a sidebar conversation and be like, hey,
man, I'm gonna find a way to where we can get people to call in on the podcast so we can weigh in on some of these posts you be having, so we can have them weigh in on some of these posts you be putting on social media. Cause man, you be having people all up in their feelings.
Man, somebody else said almost the same thing, and I shared it and said, "Are y'all gonna get on his ass too?" And ain't nobody say nothing. And
what
then
post?
No,
I probably didn't see it. I probably didn't see it.
Cause y'all didn't say nothing when I was asking about employee stock purchase. Now I asked 2 days earlier. I said, "Anybody know anything about employee stock purchase? Can y'all give me some insight?" Ain't nobody say shit.
I don't think that's how you worded it, but I do remember seeing that post.
Right.
I didn't have any information to offer on, that particular subject, so there was nothing for me to say. I mean, I probably could have Googled it and gave you some information, but I mean, you can do that shit yourself.
Shit.
You salty?
No,
now what I don't agree with, I did see something on that particular post that you made that got a lot of reactions. where a female was like, well, if you're not a mother, then you don't get to
that's
say
the one that
anything.
unfriended me.
And I started to reply, but then I was like, bro, I don't feel like arguing with females today. But let me just go ahead and clear the air. And if she decides that she's going to check out His, Hers, and the Truth podcast and she want to make a response, feel free to hop in my DMs. I'm very friendly. So my only issue with that is people don't know you in real life.
No.
They don't know you in real life. They know you on social media, and they know the you that you allow them to see.
Right.
So people come and they be like, oh, well, you can't say anything because you're not a mother, blase, blase, blase. But the thing about it is, when I see men, and I see a lot of men that take care of their kids, that's in their kids' lives just as much as the mothers. I understand in a lot of instances, and I've even said it before on the podcast, in a lot of instances, the mama is the go-to person, and I get that. But at the same time, there are rare situations, yours, where the kid want to be up under the daddy like a lot, and you are like a very present and prevalent dad. Like, I ain't never seen one like it.
Yeah, I mean, cause I was like that with my dad growing up. I always wanted to be up under my dad.
Right.
And even though, my dad wasn't at home much like that, I still had, I guess, some type of connection to where I was talking with my barber before, and I was explaining to him that, what I'm saying?
When was you talking to your barber?
This was like last week.
Oh, okay. Nothing. Just keep going. I was just curious.
Anyway, but no, I was talking to him and I was just explaining that you gravitate to those people who that you have a emotional connection with. And
Right.
when I was a kid in elementary school, I understood that my dad couldn't be around like that.
Right.
So I didn't hold that against him. And I was just, and as I was talking, I was kind of surprised at myself that, I understood that early. And so, I always wanted to be there for my own kid.
I don't think we can always say you can't speak on this if you're not a mother. Now, speaking on mother related experiences, but that particular post had nothing to do with mothers or fathers. That was a general statement about parents.
Right. When people started to single things out, it was like, y'all are definitely taking this the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? You're not a mother.
My only reason why I was like, bro, you ain't got no dog in this fight is because I know you in real life.
Yeah. And plus, nigga, I hate when people try to determine what my life is, and they're not doing what I'm doing day in and day out.
Right.
You don't work 7 days a week. You know what I'm saying? You don't take care of your kid, but you have these days to look forward to, at least to decide what you want to do with your kid,
right,
or without your kid. 7 days a week, I'm trying to figure out how to put more money into her future, into my future.
And I mean, my thing is, everybody raises their kids differently. There is something that we focus on. We put a little bit more attention on with our kids than maybe the next parent might put on with their kid. Like for me and Ja, our biggest thing is her education.
Right.
And I feel like that's because I chose to do homeschooling. So when you choosing to do homeschooling, you got to go a little bit harder than everybody else, because you either got to catch up or, well, you got to make sure you're staying up, not catch up. You got to make sure you're staying up, or you're already exceeding where people your age is normally at. So our big thing is education. Your big thing, and I understand why, has always been finances. Right. You've always wanted that financial stability. So whenever you make posts or statements or suggestions or pose questions related to financial situations, a lot of people aren't seeing it from the perspective of where me and you, like where I know you are, right, in your life.
Because and people, like, I've had to tell my folks, my parents, they were like, you working like this is not gonna make you rich. The goal isn't to be rich by working like this. It's to create the freedom so that I can be rich down the line. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely.
for me, I want my daughter to have a good education as well. I want you to have the choices. I don't want you to be stressed going through these decisions of education.
Exactly.
I want you to be able to have some money. I want you to be able to make clear decisions.
I want you to be able, like, I always wanted to give my kids something, the things that I did not have. And I know everybody is always like, oh, well, you should be wanting to teach them the things that you were never taught. That's a part of the process of giving them the things that I did not have. Because the one thing that my kid will never have to do, she's never going to struggle. She's never going to know struggle.
Yeah.
I can guarantee that. But she's going to work for everything she has. That's how you teach them. You give them the knowledge, because it's a lot of things that I'm just now acquiring at 30. But I feel like had I been made aware sooner, I probably could have been ahead of the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I want her to get to that place as well. I mean, everybody take a different approach with their kids. Ain't no one person. The only way that you are wrong in how you are bringing up your child is if you are causing that child harm. That's the only way. But other than that, every kid is trial and error. You don't know if you doing it right or if you doing it wrong. And you don't know how they going to turn out. You can give them everything they want, and they can still turn out to be the biggest disappointment of your life.
But you did your
part. Exactly.
Right.
And you did it the best way you knew how. Everybody don't have the knowledge, the ability, or the patience. I'm sorry. Everybody is like, oh, well, you're not mature enough to not get that frustrated with your kid. Bro, I'm sorry that I'm not on that level of maturity. I'm sorry that, like, bro.
You and I differ on that part. But,
hey.
I mean, I don't judge you for, you know what I'm saying, how you go about, discipline and things like that.
I don't abuse my kid. She just gets shit taken away.
Yeah.
But I will tell her, hey, bro, you got me fucked up.
I'm a softie.
Like, real shit. But see, your kid don't try you like my kid try me.
Yeah, I be seeing some of that shit.
Your kid don't try you like my kid try me. And if people knew the parents that my kid has, they'd understand why she that way and why I have to be the way that I have to be with her. But I will say she is the perfect little angel when she goes other places. Mm-hmm. She got to spend the night somewhere new this past weekend, and she was like a perfect little angel. But when she came home, she was back to being the Tasmanian devil. It be that way. It be that way.
Awful.
But I fight kids, so hey.
That sound like Bernie Mac.
Listen. That Toby song, Try Jesus?
Yeah.
Every time I'm singing it, after I say, 'cause I fight, Jai be like, kids.
Kids
be like, facts. Kids
too smart right now, man. They funny and they too smart.
Sure.
That don't make no
especially
sense.
That one.
But yeah, man, overall, I just wanted to, I don't ever mean to cause like no harm when I ask questions on Facebook. But it's just questions. It's things that's happened around me that makes me be like, hey, what is, or why, or where, or what if? And you know what I'm saying? You are at liberty to feel how you feel. But damn, you ain't gotta delete me.
I mean, I guess I done deleted some people over some shit that I was just like, yeah, that's not something that I really want to fuck with on my timeline. But see, I have a process before I delete people. First, I'll mute your ass. I'll put you on mute for a little while.
Or unfollow.
Or unfollow.
On Facebook, unfollow you.
Yes, I will mute you or unfollow you. But then once you pop back up and you still on that same bullshit or some bullshit worse than the bullshit that you was originally on, yeah, that's when I'm going to have to just go ahead and unfriend you.
It be the motherfuckers in real life that be saying certain shit on social media. And you just be like, bro, what? Nigga, this ain't you. Nigga, I know you.
Man, let people have they social media life.
I
know
do.
this shit ain't real, bro.
I be scrolling by. I just be like, what? I just don't understand why the positivity. I mean, what is it about negative things that attracts people?
What you mean?
Like, you know how people respond a lot to negative things on social media as opposed to positive
things.
Like, I literally will see somebody get praised for the stuff that they're supposed to do, which I don't have no issue with.
Do you know how long negativity can live?
But
negativity can live for a long time. And example, if you put something out there that's not, let's just say it's a neutral thing. Somebody go on there and they have a difference of opinion on whatever it is, and they say that you being X, Y, and Z. Somebody else gonna come under that and disagree with whatever the hell that person that commented the first time said. They gonna come and disagree, and then it's gonna be a whole 555 comments going back and forth on arguments.
I'm gonna tell you, folks usually be going up under the comments talking about, I was waiting on somebody to say this shit. Like, bro,
fuck that. Either say it or don't.
Yeah, if you gonna say it, say it. Don't wait on somebody else to say it so you can feel good about it.
Man,
just say how you feel.
I just want y'all to know that I don't judge, but when y'all come in on his post, I be looking at it just so I can talk about y'all on the podcast.
Man, these folks stupid, man.
I don't think you can call people stupid nowadays. People real sensitive about that.
You can call them stupid. You can't call them MR.
Got
or
it.
just the R. But you can call them stupid.
Well, you know, people sensitive nowadays. You be called out for bullying and shit.
Speaking of bullying, we can go ahead and segue to the topic.
Okay.
Why you take a deep breath like that?
I was just collecting my life.
So you collected like that in like 3 seconds? Damn, I need to learn how to do that.
You just got, yeah.
I know I do that before I go in somewhere when I'm nervous.
You inhale and then you exhale. It kind of give you like a,
release.
I don't know. It feel like something in your head just kind of release and you just be like,
fuck it.
Woosah.
But no, the topic for today is owning your self-esteem.
Esteem of your motherfucking self. Period.
We got inputs. How the fuck I fuck up how you feel about you?
You bitch.
I'm gonna watch that tonight.
Look what you did to me.
But no, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people we know have self-esteem issues. And my first question to you is, have you had a point in your life where you had low self-esteem?
Yes.
Do you care to share about how or when or?
I was a kid when I had low self-esteem. Like my confidence and self-esteem boost kind of increased like probably around high school. But I always had
juice in high school? I
didn't have the juice in high school, but I started giving less of a fuck in high school. Yeah. But it was just more so like I'm a dark-skinned girl. And so I was essentially the darkest one out of all me and my cousins and stuff that was growing up or whatever. And with that, I got teased, got teased about my skin color. Of course, we weren't understanding that we were taught colorism at an early age. We didn't know what the hell colorism was. So everybody was always talking about the cute light-skinned girls and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So, I used to always think that my skin was something to be ashamed of. The way that I looked was something to be ashamed of. And it honestly, if it wasn't for my mama, I probably wouldn't have survived it because after a while, she just got to a point where she would just sit me down and, speak affirmations to me. You beautiful, you smart, your skin is it's the shit. Like, they wish they could have your skin tone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now motherfuckers love them some milk chocolate and dark chocolate and shit. But yeah, it was really just growing up being the darker one out of all your cousins and siblings and shit, and being teased my whole life until I just got to a point where I was just like, shit, all right, That's how y'all feel. Fuck y'all.
And so your mom came in, and that's what changed everything for you.
Yeah.
I know for me, I had a lot. I had a lot of self-esteem issues
Was
when
it
I
the
was.
ears?
Yeah. When, but this,
I was not being dead ass.
no, but I'm for real. So it was like this around elementary time. It was the ears, and I thought I was a cute kid. I still do to this
I mean,
day.
I done seen baby pictures. You was cute when you
I
was a
was white.
baby. No, I'm talking about when you had that
Oh,
little coat on, the little
oh,
biker jacket
yeah,
coat.
yeah, that was a sailor jacket.
It was a sailor
That was
jacket.
a sailor
Oh,
jacket. My brother had
you was
graduated from
cute.
hippie. I had the little curls in the head with the high low. Ooh, I'm gonna bring that shit back. But but no, I mean, it was around the time, people talked about my ears, and then as I got older, it was, the teeth. I had spaces in my teeth, and then it was, I was fat like fourth and fifth grade, and
Really?
then I was fat, and then it was kind of like that's when I started recognizing everything about myself, and I started disliking it. But at the same time, it was like, all right, how can I change this? I didn't cry about it, but I more so wanted to figure out how can I change for somebody else, so that somebody else wouldn't say those things about me no more.
Yeah, I ain't want to change.
So as I transitioned to middle school times were like, all right, I started playing sports, weight drop, so I got skinny. But then it was like there was something else wrong. Man, I couldn't dress. My folks wasn't buying me no clothes, so now it was you lost the weight, but now you ain't got no goddamn style.
right.
I didn't have no style, and so it was just all right. I got teased about that, and so I figured let me find something to let everybody take their mind off me having style or not having any type of fashion sense. So I started working on basketball. Started working on basketball, and I was doing it for the girls. Started working on basketball. That went up. So then I ended up, they stopped talking about that, and then it became, shit, what was it? By that time I really had a thicker mustache. So now it was, damn nigga, you look old as fuck. So it felt like every year it was something that I was going. Shut up. It felt like every year I was going through something, and I had to make a change for somebody else. And so after middle school, all that shit stopped. There was no more teasing, no more fat jokes, no more. Damn you. Well, it was still the old jokes, but by that time I started to really discover who I was. And I still had a little bit of self-esteem issues because I wanted more out of myself. But at that time, it was what I wanted to do. So I would say the growth in that was between the 8th grade and summer going to 10th grade. I completely changed my views in my own life.
Right.
And so I always think to other people, find something that you like about yourself, or even something. First of all, find something that you like about yourself to help your self-esteem out. Then the things that you don't like about yourself, isolate one thing at a time and build on it.
Right.
If it's something that you can change, just build on it and figure out how you can, complete that or get that part of you off to the side.
Right.
Because I feel like, if you want a better version of yourself, you gotta take the time out to do the little things.
But ultimately, the biggest lesson in the whole self-esteem thing for me is building yourself up for you, like building that self-esteem up for you. Whatever it is that you see that you don't like, you're changing that, whatever it may be, however you choose to change it, because we don't judge over here at His Hers the Truth. But make sure that you're doing it for you, not because somebody else saw a flaw and said, "Hey, this is a flaw." Because what one person might see as a flaw may be the thing that you find the most beautiful. Like, you might have had an experience that caused a certain blemish, and you decided to take that and wear that as a badge of honor. That's just like I'm gonna use an example: stretch marks with women, especially women who've given birth. A lot of times, I've actually seen on social media one time this young lady. She posted a picture of herself, and she's embraced her stretch marks. She's a very beautiful young lady. She's embraced her stretch marks and everything, and she had posted a picture, and they were exposed. And this guy commented on there, and he was like, you could fix those if you wanted to. There's a way that you can fix those and get them removed. And she was like, the fact that you thought that I needed to be fixed is the problem here. My stretch marks, I'm cool with them. I'm okay with them. Like, she decided to embrace what people normally would see as a flaw. And was like, the audacity of you, nigga, to tell me that what I find beauty in. Because the number one thing, and I embrace my stretch marks as well, simply because I know where they came from. And there's a story behind it. You know what I'm saying? But you have to, when it comes to owning your self-esteem, owning it is actually taking into account what it is about you that you like, what it is about you that you love, and what it is about you that you want to improve on. But it can't be for nobody else but you.
And I'll say this: one time on social media, I said something similar to that, and then somebody said it's not that easy. And so my question is, how does somebody not even just make it an easier transition, but how does somebody just really start to focus in on that part about where they need to build their self-esteem at? What is it that needs to happen?
The thing that I've learned in my life,
30 years.
I've used that term, it's not that easy, before.
Yes.
Me and you have had conversations. I'm like, I can't do that, because then you be like, well, all you got to do, and I'm like, it's not that easy, bro. But a lot of times it's used as an excuse. If you really want it, if you really want that shit,
It's easy.
it's easy. It's simple. It's all about what you want to do. That's why I say it has to be about you when it comes down to owning that self-esteem. Because you can, especially if somebody is saying, that's just like a lot of women get on social media and be like, ooh, as soon as I lose this belly, I need to lose this belly. And then people would be like, well, you can do blase, blase, blase. Or somebody might even, hit them up in their DMs and be like, hey, this is a situation, or this is something that you can look into. And people be like, well, it's not that easy. It's not that easy because you don't want to make it that easy. Like, if you want to lose that belly, okay, start with some light cardio. Like, what is it that you are capable of doing?
And
for me, I knew that I wanted to lose some weight. Recently, because I've been a little sick, I've gained more weight. So now I'm like, okay, I know that working out is not something that I really enjoy doing. I hate going to the gym. But I do still have my punching bag. The weather's starting to get better outside. I go for walks. Ja has skates, so me and her go to the park, and she get on her skates, and I'll teach her how to skate around and stuff like that. But I find different things that I enjoy doing in order to go towards my weight loss journey, or my getting healthy and getting fit journey. But I mean, anything is easy if you really want to do it.
Yeah. And I think as I got older, that's the part that I was able to grasp. It was like, all right, if I want to do something, let's go back to me working the way that I work. I told you I had a goal, I had plans, and I just said I'm just find a way to get it done. And I think that's what I do. Even if I gotta take Skylar to work with me, I'm a do what I need to do. So it's kind of like when I hear I can't or when I hear anything other than hey I figured out something, I'd be like I don't want to down nobody for trying, but it's like I know you can try harder. I know there's more that you can do. I'm not going to tell you to do more.
Right.
But I just know that there's more that you can do.
And that's more so seeing the potential in people. That I feel like that's being able to see the potential in people and be able to see and say, hey, I know you're capable of doing more. However, what we do also have to understand in situations such as that, we have to understand that people often limit themselves, although they're capable of doing more. And we see that potential because they don't believe that they're capable of doing more. They've limited themselves. Mm-hmm. And so they want that praise and satisfaction for where they are now. But, when you want to see people do better, you let them, I put up a post the other day. A lot of times, I feel like I have moments where I'm like, man, I'm not where I want to be. I'm not where I want to be right now. And while I was saying it, it was the other day, I was just sitting on the couch and I was just thinking about everything that I had going on. And I was like, I'm just not where I want to be. But then I had to take a step back and I was like, bro, but look how far you done came. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And even in that, you take a break and you be like, all right, but now that I done took this break, harder.
Yeah.
It's time to go harder now. Like the new challenge is, because I've actually accomplished what I've actually accomplished, I know that I can do this. So since now I know I can do this, harder.
Yeah.
I mean, and in order for other people to get to that mindset, it's cool to be that person to say, I see this potential in somebody, but it's really hard being that person to push or pull the potential out of that person.
I'm gonna tell you that's what's mind-boggling for me when I hear that somebody needed and this is only because I'm completely different from other people. But when you tell me that somebody said some words to you to really bring you up, like you did a good job, you know what I'm saying? For me, it's like, fuck, I don't need to hear that. I'm looking at results. These results are my good job.
Right.
So I don't need to be told. And granted, hearing it is great. It's fine. It's cool. I'm not shifted by it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just an added thing.
But other people operate a little. Some other people, because there's a lot of people that's just like, my accomplishments are my reward. My accomplishments are my acknowledgement of me doing a good job. But some people, they do need to hear it. They do need to hear and have that validation. And I don't necessarily think that is a self-esteem issue. I think that is just more of, what's the term I'm looking for? It's not necessarily something to do with self-esteem, but more so to do with.
Can we just call it an extra push?
I guess we can.
For lack
just
of
encouragement.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I say I was just different because it's just kind of like and I don't even know where my ability to do it on my own came from. Like, you've
been independent for a very long time, though.
I always tell the story when my brother told me when he saw my grades after my my first year at Alabama State. He said, "Bro, you fucking up."
That was all you needed, wasn't it?
After he told me that changed. That really altered my life.
Let me ask you this: would it have altered your life had it come from somebody different? Because you hold a very special place in your heart for your brother. Like, he can come at you and tell you, hey bro, you fucking up, and you gonna get that shit straight because number one, he your big brother, and on a certain level you don't want him to be disappointed in you, but it's still enough for you respect him enough to take what he's saying to you and actually apply the pressure that's needed to be applied. If it were somebody else, just a homeboy or something like that, like, would you have taken it as much?
Well, I don't think as much because of the stature between my brother and I, but I will have taken it, into consideration and until a really personal point.
Okay.
Because I don't hang around people that don't hold me accountable.
Absolutely.
You hold me accountable. You know my friends that hold me accountable.
Absolutely.
So
Speaking of, we got a friend that we need to discuss after the podcast.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
So, my friends hold me accountable, and so it's like I take those things into consideration. But it was because my brother been there freshman year. He was there by himself freshman year. He still made it through freshman year. It was like I didn't listen to my brother up until my first year, after my first year of school. Because he would tell me stuff, but I didn't listen to it.
Right.
And then after I started listening to him, things started to change for me mentally. I started to see things differently. So it was just that simple, you fucking up.
That was enough.
And that was enough. It was like, I got to make this change. I tell people all the time, I didn't develop study habits until my sophomore year of college. I had zero study habit. I didn't know how to study.
Bro.
Like, I still won't go to the library to study this day, but yeah, I just didn't know how to study. And so, I think that was that was just another swing in not necessarily self-esteem, but a refocusing matter. But my self-esteem going in there at the time, like going into my freshman year of college, was I don't know how long I'm going to be here. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to not be messed up about what anybody say about me if I come back after this year. And, I didn't come back until 4 years later, but I think overall for me and how I maintain good self-esteem is not only results, but I got this just fuck it part of me where it's like I just be like, you know what, fuck it. If you mad, you mad. If you're happy about it, you're happy about it.
Bro, you've been like that. Like, I feel like you've been like that as long as I've known you.
Yeah, I just don't think I ever pinpointed what it actually was for me.
Got it.
So I just be like, fuck it, bro. Whether it be, even when we talked about the social media thing, fuck it. If you upset, you upset. If you're not, you're not. If I'm giving advice to somebody, hey, this is what I think you should do. If you don't want to do it, fuck it. You and I go through that a lot.
Bro.
It's sound advice, but if you choose to do what you choose to do, fuck it.
And I'll tell him straight up, bro, I'm not fucking with that. I'm not doing it, period.
All right, man. It's just because I got other friends who,
yeah, he will be like, all right, man, it's just suggestion. All right, noted.
And if it goes south, I know not to say I told you so for you especially.
You sure fucking better not.
I just give you the. All right.
And then I turn around and just say, fuck you. But no, I think for me, like, it boosting my self-esteem or a part of maintaining my self-esteem, because I grew up on words of affirmation. Mm-hmm. I use that to boost my self-esteem. Like when I was working and was hating my job, but going because I needed that paycheck, I would just write like Post-it notes and hang them up around my desk and stuff like that, just so that I'd have a little bit of extra oomph to keep on going. In one of my old apartments, I used to take expo markers and write on my mirrors words of affirmations, like different ones.
Did that shit wipe off easily?
Yeah, the expo markers, the dry erase markers. Yeah. I just, write different affirmations on my mirrors. That way, in the mornings when I'm brushing my teeth, getting ready, to go about my day, I got that right there to kind of keep me going. And my biggest thing, I'm always hard on myself about my accomplishments and where I am, where I want to be, things like that. Because, I have a hard time accomplishing goals because I'm just fickle and I jump around from thing to thing to thing. But for me, a lot of times it's me telling myself, okay, take a look at what you got. Take a look at what you've accomplished. Take a look at the goals that you then got marked off, like different things like that. So, I mean, I think boosting your self-esteem, it's going to be different for everybody. I think it's important to be able to boost your self-esteem with self, though. Like, it's cool to have people to be like, oh, yeah, you on your shit. You doing a good job. You accomplished this. Oh, my God, I can't believe. But at the same time, it's good to be able to have your own back and be able to pull yourself out of any negative thoughts that you might have in that moment, because it's normal to still have small moments where you doubting your confidence just a little bit, or you doubting your abilities just a little bit. That's normal, especially when you going into situations that's probably new or foreign or anything like that. So it's really important to just be able to push yourself in certain moments, because it's going to be a lot of times where it's going to seem like the whole world against you. And in them situations, like, who the fuck you going to call on if you feel like the whole world against you?
Yeah, I really think, like you saying, it has to be found within self. Find ways to positively receive positive things. Find ways to where, you latch on to those positive things that's being told to you.
Yeah.
Or those constructive criticism. That constructive criticism. I don't know, is it? Anyway, those things. Find ways to receive that. And when you find ways to receive that, I think you become a better person. You become a better person to other people.
Absolutely.
So, I think that's pretty good. That was my thoughts on.
I appreciate you for sharing.
Yeah, man.
I learned some stuff about you today.
Had a little heart to heart.
Yeah.
With our people, with our followers, our listeners.
This is a nice little episode.
Just wanted to, I know there might be somebody out there who's probably listening who probably has issues with, self-esteem or accepting who they are and accepting what they can change about themselves if they want to. So I think all in all, just take the time out. I'm not a therapist or nothing, but if you want to talk to me about some of the stuff, you can
He's
always
a good listener.
DM me. Yeah, I'm a pretty good listener. Yeah, I just like to listen and like to give some feedback and just see what I can do to help people.
He's a really good listener.
Yeah. Anything you got to say before we close this thing on now?
Not necessarily about the topic. Well, I mean, just as far as the topic, like I said, self-esteem, I feel like that's something major that you gotta be able to maintain with self. It's good to have others, but it's definitely something you want to be able to maintain with and for yourself. But other than that, I mean, I feel like we pretty much touched on it. I'm not as good of a listener as you are. So, I mean, if y'all want to jump in my DMs, hey.
If you want to jump in her DMs to find a way to jump in mine on some positivity stuff.
Cause don't jump in my DMs thinking that you about to get me to like do anything other than hook y'all up with some positive, encouraging, anything that's gonna help your self-esteem. We ain't on no whole shit around here.
No.
So don't get no ideas. Don't get no ideas. Also, we are still looking for artists that might want to feature on the intro for the podcast.
Yep.
If you're interested, send us a DM on our social media at his, hers, the truth. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And eventually Clubhouse, from what I understand.
We'll talk about Clubhouse.
That was discussed on the last episode. But you can also send us an email at hisherspodcastradio@gmail.com. If you are an artist, rappers, singers, males, females, poets, any other type of art, like
any motivational speakers with some good sound background music,
sound bites, that too. Anything like that you want to be featured, let us know. We out here trying to help you, help us, help you.
We're trying to grow, and we're trying to help you grow.
Exactly.
Or y'all grow.
Beginning better growth.
BBG. Man, hold on, before we end it, I was talking to somebody else, and they were asking about me bringing my shirts and stuff back. I told them I'm gonna bring them back, man, but I'm trying to eliminate this debt, man. And it's so hard because I really want to bring that back on a better scale. But it's like I want to have a full plan before I bring that back.
That's
When I first did it, I was just testing the water, seeing what
worked
to
and stuff like that, which is good.
But yeah, next time it's gonna be a better layout when I come back with it.
I fucks with that. You got any other businesses that you plan on doing?
I do. I haven't worked on the one that I was talking about. I haven't worked on that in a little minute, but I'm gonna get back to it.
Man, I got so much shit.
Start taking.
I ain't even about to name it.
I'm gonna tell you what I have to do now. I have to do one of my jobs, my full-time job. I have to do that in the first 2 days of the week. And the reason why I say I have to do it in the first 2 days of the week, so that I can only focus on my other job and those days that I work, because it's quicker. And then I can focus on podcasts, and then I can focus on the other two businesses that I want to do. And that's why I be telling people, like, when I say I don't want to do nothing, I want to chill.
I want to chill. Man, listen. The other night, it was so chill in my house. I got a Nintendo Switch. He got a Nintendo Switch. Ja probably about to get one, but she had her tablet. And when I tell you, he had his game, I had my game, she had her tablet. We all sat up in the middle of the bed. When none of us talking to each other. We was just chilling in our own little worlds. Right there in the same room together. That was some of the most peaceful shit we have ever done in our house.
After playing that Switch, I really think I'm finna get one.
Bro, that is some of the most peaceful shit. Like, I can sit on that mug for hours. And it's a good decompression type of thing. Like, I really only play it just to kind of kill time and not think about all the other shit that I have going on.
Yeah.
And that's really the best way to do it.
Yeah. Oh, I do want to shout out another business. Slow Grind. My boy Chris Scott. I've been working with him, training with the basketball stuff. He's been doing a really great job. He's got one kid named Bryson who he's been working with. Shout out to Bryson also. Even though they lost the championship today, he's the first sophomore to ever win Arkansas Player of the Year.
That's what's up.
So I wanted to give Bryson a shout out.
Shout out Bryson.
Yeah, just the people that I work with, the people I'm close with who got a business going, or anybody that's striving to do their own business. Kudos to you, salute to you.
'Cause it ain't easy.
Keep going.
And we know it ain't easy, and we respect it. And we also want to get to a place where we start featuring small businesses on the podcast, give y'all a business spotlight and all of that good stuff. So yeah. Other than that, I'm ready to go to bed.
Yeah.
But I ain't even ate dinner yet, so
You gonna eat dinner in the bed?
I might not even eat dinner, honestly. I'm sleepy.
Is that what is her name? All right, did you watch the fuck, I can't even think of her name. But she was eating the chicken in the bed and she was asleep.
Oh, yeah, Mike Epps, T.I. What movie was that? I know.
Trap.
Yeah, that movie.
Damn.
Loretta Devine.
Loretta Devine. That's how you gonna look when you eat tonight.
No, it's not. I'm about to go to bed. I probably ain't even about to eat dinner. I'm about to go to bed.
Well, whatever work, man.
I'm sleepy. I eat in the morning when I wake up.
Yeah, I need to go to sleep too. Yeah, shit. I gotta go to work in the morning.
Mama done started calling me Tommy, bro.
You ain't got no job, man.
She done started calling me Tommy. All right. Well, on that note, I'm ready to go to bed. That was his truth.
And that was her truth.
And somewhere in there is the real truth. We'll holler at y'all
Later.
later.
Vibrating on and 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 on. Vibrating on and 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 on.
Swing and I'm swing and I'm swing. Yo, I'm popping my trunk. Yo, swing and I'm swing and I'm swing. Yo, I'm popping my trunk. Yo, swing and I'm swing and I'm swing. Yo, I'm popping my trunk. Yo, swing and I'm swing and I'm swing. Yo, I'm popping my trunk. Yo.
Came down tripping, I spill lean on my mother. I'm from where they tip slow, when you know they gon' be jealous. Nobody need to guess me, dog. I'm quite sure you can smell it. I'm draped up, dripped up.